Fly, Philly, fly. The air in the city of brotherly love is electric right now, crackling with that unbreakable spirit that defines Eagles Nation. We've been through the highs of Super Bowl glory and the lows of coaching shakeups, but every challenge just seems to forge us stronger. Something profound is emerging from the heart of this team, a lesson that's turning doubt into determination and fueling the fire for what's next. If you're part of this crew, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation. This community runs on real fans like you. Now at the center of it all, the man who's become the symbol of resilience, Jalen Hurts. The Eagles quarterback isn't just talking about growth, he's living it, turning the chaos of past coaching turnovers into a blueprint for dominance in 2025. Picture this, Jalen Hurts, the kid from Alabama who stared down benching in a national championship and came back swinging, now leading Philadelphia through another chapter of grit. It's the kind of story that makes your chest swell with pride, because if there's one thing Hurts knows, it's how to silence the noise. Let's rewind a bit. The Eagles are cruising at 6-2 early in the 2025 season, eyes locked on that Monday Night Football clash with the Green Bay Packers in Week 11. But beneath the wins, there's been turbulence. Coaching staff changes that rip through the organization like a storm, testing everyone from the front office to the field. Hurts, though, he's not flinching. In a raw, insightful chat with the Athletic's Mike Sando, who was ranking NFC Super Bowl contenders, Hurts opened up about how those very turnovers have become his greatest teacher. It's a major learning experience, he said, his voice steady, eyes probably burning with that quiet intensity we all know so well. You see, Jalen didn't sugarcoat it. The instability, it sharpened him, made him dissect every play, every decision with a microscope. No more relying on the system to carry him, now it's personal. It's about owning the offense, adapting on the fly, and turning potential pitfalls into power moves. And this comes at a time when the doubters are louder than ever. An anonymous NFL executive, spilling to Sando on November 10, took a swing at Hurts while comparing him to Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff. Goff, when he's going downhill, is difficult, the exec said. Stafford too, but I don't feel that way about Jalen Hurts. Ouch, the kind of barb that would break lesser men, but Hurts, he thrives on it. This isn't new. From his days under the bright lights of Bryant-Denny Stadium to the roar of Lincoln Financial Field, doubt has been his fuel. Remember that national championship halftime benching? Hurts was 23-1 as Alabama's starter, SEC Offensive Player of the Year, and then bam, sidelined for Tua Tagovailoa. Most would folded. He stayed, backed up his successor for another year, then transferred to Oklahoma, leading the Sooners to the playoff semifinals. All-American honors, second-round pick to the Eagles in 2020. That's not luck, that's mental steel forged in fire. Fast forward to the pros. Hurts is 52-22 as Philadelphia's starter since his rookie year, including that massive 5-year, $255 million extension in April 2023. And against those very QBs the exec praised, Hurts owns them. Since 2021, he's 6-1 versus teams led by Stafford and Goff, with his lone loss a heartbreaker to the Rams. Now on a 4-game winning streak, including a playoff thrashing of the Rams en route to Super Bowl LIX victory last season. 2 Super Bowls, arguably the 2 best games of his career. Clutch understatement. Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon nailed it back in July, calling Hurts the NFL's most polarizing player heading into 2025. You have to look beyond the traditional raw passing numbers, Gagnon wrote. Hurts has proved to be a clutch playmaker. His arm often still gets the job done, and his remarkable productivity as a rusher makes up for the odd failure through the air. Polarizing, sure, but unbreakable, absolutely. The city bleeds green for a reason, because guys like Jalen embody that fight. Under the link lights you can feel it, the fans chanting his name, the brotherhood on the sideline. This learning curve from the coaching carousel isn't derailing the Eagles, it's propelling them. Hurts is dissecting the offense like never before, blending his dual-threat magic with a sharper passing eye. Imagine the possibilities, a backfield with Saquon Barkley rumbling, receivers like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith stretching the field, all orchestrated by a QB who's learned to lead through the storm. It's not just about wins, it's about legacy. And as Week 11 looms, with the Packers waiting, Hurts' mindset is the X factor. He's not chasing validation from suits and boardrooms, he's earning it on the gridiron one snap at a time. The executive's words, just another log on the fire. Philly's response won't be words, it'll be highlights, it'll be dominance, it'll be that Super Bowl hunger reignited. Because when Jalen Hurts speaks of learning experiences, he's not theorizing, he's weaponizing them. The Eagles aren't just playing football, they're building an empire, one resilient heartbeat at a time. But there's more to this story than stats and sound bites. It's the human element, the journey that makes Hurts the toughest SOB in the league. Raised by Texas high school coach Dad, football wasn't a game, it was life. Lessons in perseverance drilled in from day one. That benching in college, it could have been the end, instead it was the spark. Hurts emerged from Oklahoma not bitter but battle-ready, ready to prove every doubter wrong in the city of champions. Now in 2025, with the coaching dust settled and the team gelling, Hurts is applying those hard-won truths. The turnover taught him adaptability, how to rally a locker room fractured by change, how to trust his instincts when the play sheet falters. It's why the Eagles sit at 6-2, why their offense hums with purpose. Hurts isn't just throwing passes, he's inspiring a movement. Fans, you feel that under the link. That surge when he breaks a run, when he threads the needle. That's the Philly way, raw, relentless, real. As we head into the meat of the season, this narrative of growth is the thread tying it all together. Hurts' belief in turning setbacks into setups isn't lip service. It's etched in his 6-1 record against the league's elite QBs. Stafford, Goff, they are great, no doubt. But Hurts, he's the one hoisting Lombardi trophies, the one with the city on his back. And with more Super Bowl runs in his sights, this learning experience is just the beginning. Fly, Eagles, fly higher than ever. Diving deeper into what makes Jalen Hurts tick, it's impossible to ignore the mental fortitude that's become his trademark. Few players ignite debates like him, love him or question him, you can't deny the impact. That Super Bowl MVP shine from last season still gleams, 2 games where he dismantled defenses with poise that bordered on poetic. Yet here comes the noise, that anonymous exec reducing his magic to not downhill. Laughable when you stack up the tape. Hurts' record speaks volumes. 4 straight wins over Stafford and Goff-led squads, including that playoff masterpiece against the Rams. It's not coincidence, it's preparation, execution, heart. Since taking the reins in 2021, he's carved out a legacy of upsets and triumphs, always with that dual threat edge, over 4,000 rushing yards in his career, more than some RBs. Passing, evolving always. The coaching changes forced him to accelerate that growth, to own the reads, to elevate the unit. Back to the roots, son of a coach, Hurts learned early that football's a mental marathon. That Alabama benching in the 2018 national title game, a moment that haunted headlines, but for Jalen it was tuition and resilience. Benched at halftime, down 13-0 to Georgia, only for Tua to rally to victory. Most would have transferred bitter, chased the spotlight elsewhere. Hurts stayed, learned from the best, then bolted to Oklahoma for one glorious season. Big 12 title, playoff semis, Heisman buzz. Drafted by Philly in 2020, he sat, learned, then exploded. From backup to beacon, Hurts transformed the Eagles. That 2022 season, 14-3 NFC champs, Super Bowl run, then LIX glory. Now 52-22 lifetime, a .703 win percentage, that's elite. The $255 M deal. Earned every penny. But money doesn't buy toughness. That's bred in Texas fields and Alabama war rooms, honed in Philly's unforgiving arena. Gagnon's piece in Bleacher Report captured the polarization perfectly. Hurts defies boxes, rusher extraordinaire, clutch arm, leader without ego. Critics nitpick completion percentages but miss the intangibles. The huddle commands the fourth quarter magic. Against Goff and Stafford, he's not just winning, he's dominating narratives. That 27-1 loss to the Rams in 21, ancient history. Since it's been payback city wins that sting for opponents, elation for Eagles faithful. As 2025 unfolds, this coaching lesson is reshaping the offense. Hurts is dissecting schemes with surgical precision, blending Nick Sirianni's or whoever's vision with his own flair. Saquon's power, Brown's contested catches, Smith's speed. It's a symphony conducted by a maestro who's been doubted since day one, the exec's diss. Fuel for the fire. Hurts doesn't respond in pressers, he does it in end zones. Philly fans, you know the vibe. Under the link lights with the city bleeding green, moments like these bind us. Hurts embodies the underdog spirit, benched nationally, now benching doubts. Heading into Packers week, the stakes rise. Green Bay's defense is stout, but Jalen's streak suggests otherwise. This isn't just a game, it's affirmation. A chance to remind the league why he's the heart of this contender. Reflecting broader, Hurts' journey mirrors Philly's soul. Blue-collar grit, unyielding loyalty. From South Carolina streets to NFL summit, he's proof that adversity builds champions. The coaching turnover, a blip in the bigger picture. It's taught him to lead beyond plays, fostering unity, igniting passion. In a league of flash, Hurts' substance, the QB who runs through walls so his team doesn't have to. Looking ahead, NFC contenders beware. With Hurts evolving, the Eagles aren't rebuilding, they're a reloading. That 6-2 start, prelude to playoffs. Super Bowl windows don't close in Philly, they widen. And as fans, we ride with him, chanting "Fly, Eagles, fly" from the stands to the streets. This learning experience isn't ending, it's evolving into legend. One can't help but admire the poise. In Sando's piece, Hurts didn't lash out at the critic, he internalized, grew. That's maturity, the mark of a franchise QB. Stafford and Goff are studs, but Hurts intangibles, that rusher's vision, that winner's aura set him apart. His Super Bowl heroics, timeless. 2 tilts where he outdueled the best, hoisting the Lombardi amid confetti storms. The polarization Gagnon highlighted, it's Philly's gift. Debates fuel the fire, keep the conversation alive. But on game day, unity reigns. Hurts connects with the 12th man, know the entire city like few others. His post-game hugs with linemen, his community work, it's all authentic. No manufactured persona, just a kid who loves the game, loves the fight. As Week 11 approaches, the narrative builds. Packers at home, primetime lights. Hurts versus Jordan Love, a duel of young guns, but Jalen's experience, his scars give the edge. The coaching lessons, they'll show in adjustments in tempo and triumph. This is Eagles football, raw, resilient, rewarding. In closing, Jalen Hurts' story is our story. From doubt to dominance, from bench to banner. The turnover was a teacher, not a tyrant. 2025, it's his year to soar. Fans, hold tight. Under the link with the city pulsing green, we're witnesses to greatness unfolding. Fly, Philly, fly into the playoffs, into history. This crew's unbreakable, and so is the spirit that binds us.